Hello, good evening. I'm Wes, the Explosion. And we're wrapping up the classic series tonight with Mega Man 11. But still, this one's got kind of like a weird plot.
You're in great shape, Blockman.
All thanks to you, Doc.
A weird plot. Because apparently the double gear system is immoral. And no one should use it because it's extra bad and nasty and stuff.
Roll, how many checkups are left?
But Dr. Light will use it if push comes to shove.
We just finished with Blockman.
Meanwhile, Dr. Light pushes forth robots with independent thought,
Bounce Man,
which eventually becomes
and Blast Man.
what kind of causes the robotic apocalypse.
Oh, brother, there's no end to him.
Good job, Tommy boy. You know, I also feel like the only reason why the, whole double gear thing was specifically considered unethical was specifically because Thomas got his way, right?
Your system is fully installed.
Because if you have ways to just make robots, more efficient, even if that puts strain on them and possibly damages them, if they're not free thinking, if they really are just, like a mechanical means to an end, it shouldn't really matter.
That dirty Wily won't know
But if Light's able to make robots sentient, or at least close to, then all of a sudden it becomes a little questionable. In the society that gives robots arbitrary, scrapyard dates. I kind of question, it's like on the way down, I could have shot the guy at the top. I wouldn't have been quite enough to kill him, right? But I could have at least taken some damage on, right? But this game, my gosh, it does like the old Mega Man thing of, hey, you turned your head, that means like everything's been respawned, meaning that would have reset his health, right? And I'm not really sure how to feel about that, because at the time, the whole lack of object permanence with things constantly respawning, it was due to hardware limitations, right? Like, Nintendo could not, the NES could not keep track of the entire level. What are you, crazy? So at this point, they're doing it by choice. So it doesn't need to happen. So is it just one of those things that I say, oh yeah, it's so authentic? It's the way Mega Man was meant to be, even though, like I said, that was a limitation and not an active choice. Or do I just say, hey, if you don't need to do it, then don't do it. You know what I mean? I don't think this section would bother me as much if, one, they did not frickin' like jump king you, where if you get knocked off, you fall all the way back down to the bottom, right? Or at least you lose a good bit of progress. If you were taking hits but steadily making progress, it would not bother me as much. And the other thing, where I really feel like they should let you damage Impact Man for this, right? Like, it should be something where, oh yeah, no, like, he's gonna be constantly flying at you, all three of his parts, right? But you can damage him so that some of his parts won't show up for a period of time, right? Yeah, like, the whole thing is, I like Bounce Man. He's easily my favorite boss in this one. But, like, his level just feels like one of those levels that, like, nobody had fun. Right? Like, surely everyone's like, oh yeah, man. That level, like, the bouncy castle level is fucking rough. Also, I feel like I'm a sucker for these sorts of, like, backgrounds. Because, it's like, oh wow, stars, which, I mean, like, realistically here, all they're doing is kind of just putting dots of various thickness on, like, a bluish-black background. But I really like looking at, like, the weird little planetarium he's got here, right? I absolutely meant to do that. All of the ricochets were planned. But then when, you know, they do another, like, Starry Sky environment in Blockman's level, oddly enough. It's only for a screen, but it still gets me. It still gets me where I'm like, wow, this is so pretty. Guess what I'm saying is, I'm a simpleton and very easy to please. Yup, I'm that good. Do I use his weakness is the whole thing. Because, like, I've beaten him before without too much trouble. With just the power gear, because the power gear wrecks everything's face, right? Excuse me. Aim center I was kind of hoping to... Okay. Darn it. I let him do that. I should not have let him do that. There, see? Not too hard. Not too hard. But at the same time, I went out of my way to kill Impact Man first. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels dumb when I set an order for myself for, like, a very specific reason, and then I don't even, you know, like, make use of it. You know what I mean? Just, oh yeah, no, I'll kill him so that I can beat this guy, and then, yeah, I just freaking go. I think I can beat him. I think I can beat him without needing to, you know, get my health refilled. Holy shit! I mean, I know that that works, especially with the power gear, but I was not expecting to kill him before he even... Oh, that's a robot dinosaur skeleton. But yeah, I was not expecting to kill him before he even got a chance to use his double gear. The extra life that I just got, it bugs me a little bit. It bugs me a little bit. Because big power-ups like that do not get restocked upon revisits to level, right? Which I kind of get it for, you know, like, E-tanks and everything, because it's like, oh, well, we can't just let you stinking grind out frickin' E-tanks, to which I'd say, why not? I'd be earning them if I'm going through a level over and over again. But, like, the extra life, if you get game over, that means you no longer have that extra life. It feels like one of those things that it's like, oh, you screwed up, we're going to punish you now. You can never get that extra life. You'll never have as many extra chances as you do your first time through this level. And you know, I'm gonna be brave enough to say it. Dick move. Probably should use the speed gear for this more, because I swear that's the damn point. And I always find these sections kind of annoying. So it's one of those, it's like, well, of course you find it annoying. You're not doing specifically what the game wants you to do. But at the same time, I swear, this guy activates his double gear like at the drop of a hat, and it is the most annoying one. Oh yeah, I got a whole other stinking health bar now. That's cool, right? Oh, it is the coolest, my dude. And then somewhere about halfway through Acid Man's stage, my recording just died on me. At least the audio part. So the rest of the playthrough was just done in silence. I managed to finish Wily off in just under 2 hours and got through the entire game with no game overs. So this was easily my best run. It makes it really discouraging when I perform that well, have my personal best, and just half of the stream doesn't have any commentary. Was kinda wondering why the chat stopped talking to me though. Jeez. This puts me under the direct impression that nothing good can come from playing this game. Even when I have a good time, something will go wrong. Why, Mega Man 11? Why can't you just be kind to me one time? Or am I maybe putting the finger in the wrong direction? Should I be yelling at OBS? Anyway, maybe this is a good point to just remind people that we're streaming over on the Victory Tricksters. Sometimes I have guests, and other times it's just me sitting in a room playing video games by myself, primarily Mega Man. So, maybe consider stopping by if you want to catch these live, hear me talk more in depth about the moment-to-moment gameplay, and just hang out a little bit. And then maybe, if my sound suddenly cuts out, someone will be around to tell me. Ugh, can't believe this crap. Anyway, thanks for watching the clip show. I really wish I had some of the later stuff to actually show. With live commentary!